It takes a few minutes for things to sort of start rising to the top. I used to teach drawing, and I used to always tell students, if you have enough manual skill to learn how to write your name, then you have enough skill to learn how to draw. That's pretty good right there. Once you start seeing things as an artist, as someone who's drawing something, then objects never look the same again. Is very imaginative. It's always a treat for me to see students at their best, and when students submit a work for the art show, you know that they've put their best work out here, and so that's always a treat for me. I love watching presentations, I love looking at student artwork, I love seeing performances. And I think we'll use this one. So come and see the Student Art Show. It runs from May 7th to the 11th, and there's an opening reception on Wednesday evening, May the 9th at 5 p.m. This is the piece that I've chosen as Best in Show. It's titled Introspect, and the artist's name is Patrick Medina. It's charcoal with, it looks like some white highlighting as well. And I chose it because of the drawing quality. It's using very good drawing technique, using a variety of approaches to the charcoal and to the white highlight. It also captures an expression that's very interesting to look at. It's humorous. You can tell that the artist thought about the overall content and portraying that content in one gesture, which I thought was done very well. From a technical point of view, he did a nice job with things like cast shadows, the ellipse on the cup, the facial features and anatomy is pretty good. And he did a great job with the hair texture and contrasting with the mouse up there. It's just a great piece and fun piece to look at. So this is the piece that was chosen as the second place winner. It is a charcoal drawing by Brianna McKinney, and I chose it for a number of reasons. Primarily because it's just excellent technique with the use of charcoal. Got very rich velvety blacks, just beautiful little smooth edges. The artist resisted the need to put lines in here, so all of the edges are just formed by the contrast between light and dark. She's used probably a kneaded eraser to lift out the white so that the highlights are very consistent with a light source and just beautifully contouring the three-dimensional volume of the face and of the figure. It is also just beautifully placed on the page as far as the relationship between the positive and negative space. Even just this little piece of the hand down here really balances the whole picture out as far as having a nice little bright spot down at the bottom. It's just beautifully drawn and very expressive. Conveys a very somber mood. The title of this piece is Nighttime Playground, and it's by Lindsay Turner. And it's also a charcoal drawing, and it's the third place piece in the show. And I was drawn to this piece as soon as I saw it in the group of artwork for a number of reasons, including the fact that it's got such great contrast and pattern. It just really has a lot going on in it, but it's also just very whimsical, very imaginative. It's almost a surrealist kind of approach to the subject matter, but it's also very well designed. The use of the curves is repeated here and there, and then playing off of these really stark verticals. Just nicely designed. Great textures going on that convey, again, sort of this surrealist approach. It's almost like a dream or a fantasy. And I just thought it was a really interesting approach to the subject matter. I want to find out what it's all about when I talk to the artist. So this is one of the honorable mention pieces. This is the honorable mention. The artist's name is Madison Welch. It's a black and white photograph. I chose this piece because it has such an interesting portrayal of the contrast, and also because of the use of dark and light to create the curved lines in this photograph. Sometimes people forget that a photograph is not just a recording of what's in front of you. The artist manipulates the photograph by using contrast, by highlighting certain textures and allowing others to be more blurred into the background. So this one does a really nice job of creating those kinds of design elements in the photograph. So this is a special honorable mention piece by Elizabeth Elkins, and it is an ink drawing or a wash drawing. It's a beautiful drawing, very subtle. You almost have to get up really close to it to really see how beautifully the lights and darks are done. But it's kind of a Zen drawing. It's just very, very simple, but just beautifully expresses the shape of the pine cone. Doesn't need anything in the background. The object just speaks for itself. So this is another of the special honorable mention pieces. The artist's name is Leah Johnson. It's called Stay. And it's a very, very simple painting. You could almost overlook it, except that it creates such a beautiful mood. The use of light and dark to create the illusion of space it just has such a calming effect. But also a little bit of mystery in there. So the artist has really used both the color and the contrast between light and dark to create a beautiful mood in this painting.